All right, so hello everybody and welcome. My name is Eunice Mathis. I'm a registered nurse and the owner of Florida Training Academy. And today I have the wonderful pleasure of being with these two nurse entrepreneurs. We have Sheena here, and then we also have Tara. I'll let them introduce themselves in a moment. And the purpose for the business development courses, everybody, is sometimes as a nurse, we know that we can lead. We know that we know how to multitask and do multiple things. But when it comes to being a business owner who's also a nurse, we sometimes need a mentor, we need a coach. And so that's what I do. And so Tara is located in Connecticut. Sheena's right here in Jacksonville. I'm going to allow Tara to introduce herself first. So Tara, welcome. Would you please tell the viewers your name, the name of your business, and if you have a purpose or a mission statement, if someone were to look up your business, what what value do you add to the community? And so Tara, it's on you.
My name is Tara Junes. I'm a registered nurse. My company name is Excellence Training Center, and I provide simple medical knowledge to the public, general public, and to also businesses. Um, Teach CPR so that they're able to help their friends, family, and coworkers.
Well, it's wonderful. That's wonderful. And would you remind me, are you in like a particular area? What city, what state?
In New Haven, Connecticut.
New Haven, Connecticut. Awesome. And so, Sheena, I know we're just starting off, but what information, what type of business do you have? And if you don't have a name yet, just tell us what your vision is for your business.
Yeah, I don't have a name, but I've been in nursing academia for several years, been a nurse since 2007 in all different kinds of areas. And an area that I found working with my students over the past 7 or 8 years was there wasn't a whole lot of support for neurodivergent students. So ADHD students, students that need a little bit extra support. So my mission is to focus on all nursing students that need support, but particularly offering specialized services, maybe teaching. I should know I have ADHD, so I know I can be a little all over the place. So my studies had to be different, not typical. So I would like to start an online presence or maybe an actual brick and mortar presence offering support for those types of students that are in nursing school.
Love it. So you're going to have a more of a consulting type educational consultant.
I think so. I have a couple of ideas. Like I said, I'm just starting out. I'm trying to bridge over from bedside academia into being my own boss and helping a niche that I never found support or help in that area. And I was able to offer that for my students, and I would like to offer that to all students, not just the ones here locally.
I love it. I love it. So, but you also have another passion. What's the second passion?
So one of the things that helps me with my ADHD is organizing and cleaning in a way that makes sense for my non-typical neurodivergent brain here. And so my idea is to possibly offer services like that.
Okay. And so, would you be interested in also doing commercial cleaning and organization, or is it just going to be residential?
It could be both.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, the reason why I asked so many questions initially is because you both, we're going to use pretty much the same format to help both of your businesses grow, and then, or at least to start your businesses so we can get you on the right path. And the way I like to do the business development courses is that even though we allocate 2 hours, I need for you to take the actionable steps first. So we're going to do about 30 minutes where it's recorded. Then the next 30 minutes, we actually create your individualized plans. And then I'll meet you again in the future after you have actually implemented some of those steps, because otherwise it's like I'm giving you 20 bullet points of things you need to do, and we don't usually operate like that. So it's like, okay, let's do the first 10 steps, and then I'll be your accountability partner, just like now you two can be each other accountability partners. And that's how I usually achieve more. I have this huge board in my office, in my home office, so it takes up the whole wall. Any classes, any videos, anything I want to do, any books I want to write, I put all of those on a calendar. And then weekly, I try to check at least 2 or 3 things off. And if I have an off week, it's okay because I give myself grace to be human. We have families, we have a lot of stuff going on, a lot of moving parts. But if you can at least accomplish one of your items per week, at the end of a year, you're 52 steps beyond most of your other nurse entrepreneurs. So All right, so let's get started. So, Excellence Training Center, may I please have your website? We're going to go ahead and do a screen share.
Okay. It's www.excellencestaffingsolutions.com.
Okay, so the reason why I like to start off with the websites, and I love your website, that's really nice, is because sometimes people they're not as far as you are right now, Tara. And so for you, your plan is going to be a little bit different because you already have an online presence. How long have you been in business now?
I started the business in May of 2023. I was actually staffing. I started out as a staffing company, and then I had a mentor, business mentor that said, "You teach nursing," because I also teach nursing. And she said, "Why don't you add CPR as a service to your business?" So I said, "Okay, I'll add CPR," and that took off. So now I just do CPR.
Okay, so and your website is fine. So do you not focus on the staffing at all any longer?
No, I actually had a virtual assistant I got another domain to point to this website. So I also have www.theexcellencetraining.com to make it more simple for people.
Love that. All right, and so are you bilingual by any chance?
Yes, I'm Haitian, so I speak Haitian Creole.
Okay, and Sheena, are you bilingual? No. Okay, I'm not bilingual either, but when I was looking at your website, I was wondering based on your last name, if you were bilingual, and I'm not seeing anything on here that really tells me that you're bilingual because there's a large Haitian population. And so you could be that instructor who bridges the gap, especially when they're just coming over to the States and they're still, they haven't taken their English as a second language class. So I would like for you to add to your website that you are bilingual. And then what type of CPR are you teaching? What brands? Is it just American Heart Association or are there different ones?
I teach American Heart Association and Red Cross, but mostly Red Cross, Tuesday through Friday. And American Heart Association, I teach with directly. I have a partnership with a nursing school.
Okay, okay, that is wonderful. So what are you looking to accomplish from the business development course? Because I want to make sure that I'm giving you what you need.
Actually, I have a problem with cash flow because I feel like I'm not using my resources as an instructor with American Heart Association and also the Red Cross appropriately, because the cost of the cards for Red Cross is very expensive compared to American Heart Association, and also marketing. I'm using the Red Cross postings. So I pay a fee for the posting.
That's
So
way
that's
too expensive.
it very expensive. And I don't know how to have a presence online so that people could find me without using the Red Cross site.
Okay, well, I'll definitely help you with both of those. So, I teach American Heart Association and American Safety and Health Institute. And for me, I wasn't in agreement with the American Red Cross's business model because I couldn't figure out how to make money with it. And I shouldn't be charged to post per post. So I don't teach American Red Cross classes. Some people do. So and that's something we'll talk about, once we're no longer online, but we'll make it make financial sense for you. Now, if most of the hospitals in your area, if they're requiring American Red Cross, well, then you'll have to either increase your prices that you charge your students, or if they're not requiring it, if it's just what you're used to teaching, we're going to get you used to teaching something different. Okay, so, and now we're going to go to our agenda, and so just bear with me because I have to get Sheena caught up because you already have your business name, you have your presence. I'm going to open up a new screen here. All right, so this is where we are now. So our agenda for today, we're going to talk about starting a business, the different types of incorporations, whether you want to do sole proprietorship or LLC, which is a limited liability company. I am not a tax professional. I am not an accountant. I'm just telling you what I have utilized to protect my interests as a nurse, especially when you're dealing with, because I already have a cleaning contract for you. Especially when you're dealing with commercial entities, you're dealing with residential properties, you're dealing with the elderly. You also, what is your incorporation status? Are you an LLC or a corp? Tara,
LLC.
LLC. You want to keep yourself separate from the business.
Yeah, I already know that I would like to do an LLC.
Okay, all right. And so I can talk you through that whole process. It takes like 20 minutes to do. Okay. All right. And so then after that, we'll cover our marketing strategies, our building business credit, because we're paying for everything out of pocket initially, and that can be really expensive. I spell SWOT wrong here, but it's strengths, opportunity, and threats. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. We'll go through that. We'll make sure that we set some business goals for the end of this workshop, and that's where I will be your accountability partner to make sure that you've actually accomplished those goals. Networking opportunities. We talked about marketing. Sometimes we have to get out there and just show our face. And with Tara, she can show her face in multiple communities because she speaks different languages. Setting yourself apart from your competition by finding your uniqueness. And then at the end, Tara, we may just cut the camera off because Tara already has her website. We'll focus on your website. So that's the first part. All right, so we're going to go to the third page. We're going to talk about our SWOT analysis. What are some of your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats? And for you today, Sheena, I want you to focus on your cleaning business, because the consulting part, I do that all day long, so I can help you with your consulting. Okay. If I can get each of you all to maybe write 2 things for each area, one of which you will discuss. And then Tara, if you're done, if you'd like to go ahead and start, at least present one point for each of the boxes.
Well, a strength, I feel like me being a nurse is a strength because there's some credibility behind me teaching CPR. And another one is I already have connections in the healthcare community.
Okay.
And also educational field because I teach also nursing. And should I go on to weakness?
Yes, please.
One weakness I think I have is I have not a lot of business experience. And right now my weakness is my location because I'm limited to my office membership.
So you're in one of the office suites that you like rent a conference area? Okay,
Yes.
but that won't be a limitation for long based on our previous conversations. So business experience, the office location, your new location, does it have adequate parking? Does it have visibility from a main road?
Yes, it's off of a main road and there's lots of parking. So the location is not a weakness for that location.
And how long before you move into your new location?
The end of July.
End of July. And that's actually pretty good because believe it or I don't know if if you just started your business in 2023, you may not know the tides of the training business. And so usually during the spring and summer months, we don't get as many customers, individuals, because they're planning their vacations, etc. So you being able to move during the slow season is perfect because August, it may be we're kind of like in that window. Usually when the nursing students they're starting school in like August, you may get an influx of people in July. Okay, but you already have connections with schools. So I'm assuming you go to the schools to take care of those clients.
Yes.
So and then the students who need to apply for school in January, depending on whatever the term is, usually you'll pick up again around September. So if you're positioned in your new office in September and you spend these next 3 months marketing, etc., right now a lot of the other CPR instructors are tired because they're not getting the customers they used to get. So while they're tired, this is a time for you to market heavily. And we'll talk about your different social media platforms that you could also use, because I consider social media to be locations also. All right. And then opportunities, what do you have?
I have agreements or partnerships with the school. And I can get multiple partnerships because of my previous partnership. That's an opportunity.
It's definitely an opportunity. And we'll talk about you creating a capability statement. I can send you a copy of mine because I have partnerships with educational facilities, schools, colleges, etc. But I also have partnerships with government entities. And so if you can train nursing students, you can go on the base and train contractors. Okay, so and we'll talk about how you can start getting some of those big contracts whenever you're ready. Because remember, this is just like our first, session, and then we can add on the second session when you're ready to take those actionable steps. And what are your threats?
There are more experienced companies around me.
Okay, but they're not bilingual.
Oh.
So an opportunity is you're bilingual.
I'm
All
bilingual.
right. And they may not be owned by a nurse. So yes, there are going to be other companies, but you do have a uniqueness. So outside of the other companies, what other threats?
Well, that's the only threat that I could think of, the more experience.
I'll add to that improving your cash flow.
Oh,
Okay. Because if we're in business and we're not seeing the profits, which is why you're here and you're having this business development course, if you're unprofitable, unfortunately, that's what causes a lot of people to go back to work full time and they stop the training business. All right, so Sheena, I saw you taking notes. All right, so tell me at least two of your strengths.
Um, well, I'm very organized.
Okay.
As long as I do it, that's the thing I gotta do. ADHD, gotta do it. So I'm very organized and I like to keep to a schedule. So scheduling and organization is a strength of mine.
Okay.
As far as I was thinking of like another aspect, the cleaning side. I'm very knowledgeable with proper techniques, how to handle certain chemicals, but I don't use strong chemicals. I like to
Okay.
use natural chemicals.
That's
I
wonderful.
don't like the smell of bleach, only when necessary. So I would say that that's one of my strengths is avoiding these
And of
nasty
course,
chemicals that you don't need.
so more natural cleaning. I don't know the term, but we'll look that up. Um, look up the term for natural cleaning products. All right. So what about your weaknesses?
Um, I don't have an online presence at all. I don't have an Instagram. I barely use Facebook as an individual. So
Mhm.
even as an individual, I don't have that. So that would be a real challenge for me. And then I think a weakness would be the time that it would take from just me initially starting out might be a little bit challenging because I do have a young child at home and would have to take into consideration my child's schedule.
Yeah, what's wonderful about the cleaning business and your own consulting company is that most of those clients know they have to work around your schedule. So that's another benefit of being a nurse entrepreneur is that we're not at the bedside 12 hours. We're not mandated to be anywhere, 8 hours, unless you're picking up a per diem shift or you're working somewhere else. So that is something that is we can overcome that weakness. What about your opportunities?
Um, I've been in Jacksonville a long time. I have many connections. I know a lot of people. People have their own businesses. So I think that's an opportunity. And then another opportunity would be collaborating with some of my fellow nurses that are also wanting to start their own business.
Okay. And now your threats.
So because you are dealing with chemicals and that kind of stuff, I would say a threat would probably be adhering to state and federal standards or regulations. Another threat, if you're going into somebody's home, safety, to me is always going to be something that's of concern.
Okay, so we need to get you some intake forms. So you can ask those questions about the animals, the pets, etc. All right. So I'm making notes as we go, so I know what to follow up and what to send you via email. At the conclusion of today's business development workshop, you both will receive an email from me that has multiple links. If I don't send all the links today because you all have different needs, they'll be sent out tomorrow morning. Okay. All right, and so as far as our SMART goals, a SMART goal is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So for example, I want to complete my IV therapy course for nurses within the next 30 days. Can I tell you, I've been trying to complete this IV therapy course for nurses for the last 2 years. And so I'm finally down to the wire to where, okay, I have everything I need. I just need to now put it together. And the way I'm putting it together is I utilize my team. When you both mentioned collaboration, I collaborate with other smart people and we also share resources. So Tara, how you and your husband are going to be sharing this building, this business location, how you and your husband are going to be working together. We partner with organizations, nonprofits, and this is going to be good for both of you all. The nonprofits, they call them marginalized adults. So usually these are the adults who, or young high schoolers who have dropped out of high school. So they are not necessarily college ready. They may not have GEDs or high school completion. It's called workforce development. They usually will send those students to me for 10 weeks, pay them a stipend. I get free labor for 10 weeks because I am teaching them job skills. So that may not work with the cleaning business, but there are agencies and organizations that give offenders second chances. And not all of the people with criminal histories did things involving theft.
No.
So you can use those second chance agencies to help you all get employees, get some tax deductions. So I need for you all to be thinking of ways to grow your business without you spending money out of your pocket.
I didn't even know that that existed.
Yes, you got to partner with nonprofits. You can just turn it off. I hear it, Tanisha. You got to partner with these nonprofits because they're the ones who get the government grants and the government dollars. We don't get them. Is your business for profit, Tara?
Yes.
So we don't get the government dollars. The way that we get the government dollars to partner with the nonprofits who don't have the nurses who are there doing the training. And so now there are so many students who want to be nurses, but maybe they learn differently.
Yeah.
So you probably want to be partnered with schools as far as your consulting business. Because there are students there who, what's the name of the school in our area? The magnet program, we'll look it up, that specialize in helping them get their CNA licenses. And maybe the person who doesn't pass their CNA exam, you want to be partnering with that school so you can tutor those students one-on-one. Right. Tara, is that beneficial to you?
Oh, yes.
Right. So, and if you need help find organizations in your particular county, and let you know the ones we used here, and maybe they're national, but you don't have to compete with the big guys and the big gals. I've never made myself a competitor of a college. What I found over my 15 years in business, excuse me, is that the colleges are now offering fast classes, fast track. So everything I was doing that the colleges were looking down on years ago, now all of a sudden it's like, oh, we offer fast track. We can do it fast too. People want it fast. They want to get certified. College kind of has a bad connotation or a bad taste unless you're trying to be a nurse or a doctor. Nobody wants to go to school for a year. So when you think about your SMART goals, I want it to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. And I need at least one SMART goal for whichever business that you're focusing on right now. So Tara, it could be your CPR business. Are you teaching anything besides CPR? Are you doing any CNA prep? Any
No.
phlebotomy?
No.
Is that something you're interested in doing
Oh,
in the
yes.
future? Okay. So if you'll please give me a SMART goal. If you're ready, Tara, I'm listening.
So my SMART goal is to improve cash flow in my CPR business from about $600 to $1,000 within the next 2 months.
And that is very doable. Are you working full-time or are you working elsewhere?
I actually took the semester off to focus more on the CPR business, and it worked out.
So
And
proud of you.
Thank you. But I actually have an assignment. I'll be working, teaching nursing once a week in July, the summer semester.
And Sheena, what about you? A SMART goal?
I think a SMART goal would be to, for me, I've started one for consulting, but for the cleaning aspect would be to just develop my webpage, launch the LLC, all the beginning things.
And how long do you think it's going to take you? Measurable.
I think that to achieve all that, 45 days is something that's achievable.
That's really good. And I'm gonna show you how to get a really cheap website, like free. It's not gonna be the beautiful website, but for a cleaning company, it doesn't need to be beautiful. So what I like to do is as I make money, I spend money. And so my goal is never to aim for perfection. My goal is to always just be real, to show up. I shoot most of my YouTube videos with an Android. I know one day I'm gonna upgrade. I don't think iPhone is an upgrade, but it's like, hey, I still use an Android and people pick at me. I'm sure Verizon would love for me to go in and just use my full credit line, but I won't. So I need you to start with what you have and get the most utilization out of what you currently have before you start spending money. Because minus the cost of your building, what both of you all are doing, it shouldn't cost too much money. Because the same office that you have that you're going to be teaching CPR out of, you can actually rent that out to other instructors. So you can start generating money by renting your equipment that they may not even take out the office. It's like, hey, you have a CPR class on Tuesday at 6 p.m. I have a location. This is what I'm going to charge you. I'll open, I'll close, and I'll meet you at the door. So think about also renting your space out to others. Both of you all have mentioned multiple partnerships. And then Sheena, this is what I thought about for you. With your partnerships with the nurses that you know. For right now, I don't want you focusing on other nurses who are trying to open up their businesses because that's going to be a distraction.
Okay.
What I want you to focus on instead are nurses who need cleaning services. We're working way too many hours. We're working 12-hour shifts. The last thing we want to do is clean our homes. And so here it is, we have a nurse that we can trust who can come in and provide that cleaning. So before you actually, start trying to help other people, I need you to start increasing your revenue first. Okay. Your partnerships, you said you have partnerships with schools. Have you trained at any businesses other than schools or any institution? What are you doing in the community for free?
Oh, I actually did my church.
Okay.
I'm a member. I did my church, but in regards to doing something in the community, I haven't done anything in the community.
Okay, so we're approaching summer. Kids are going to be out of school really soon. With American Red Cross, of course, you can teach lifeguards, etc. We kind of missed that window because if you were applying to be a lifeguard, you probably already submitted your application by now. But think about all those communities who have pools that are going to be opening soon. So American Heart Association has Heart Saver K through 12 cards. I will provide the Heart Saver K through 12 classes to those students who are interested in babysitting. And those classes are taught at a discount because I'm getting the cards cheaper because American Heart sells them to me for cheaper, or I can purchase them at a lesser cost. And so I would really like for you to push with those community organizations. Yes, I will come in and I will spend an hour and I will do a hands-only demonstration. However, if the teens within your congregation or your community, if they want to be certified in CPR, AED, and first aid, I'm going to charge this reduced fee. And I will have the class maybe one day per week. Another reason why you want to do that and involve the younger students is because you're the nurse who is not only introducing them to nurse entrepreneurship because they don't even know what nurse entrepreneurship is. Most of the people I know just think nurses work in hospitals and doctors' offices. So you're introducing them to nurse entrepreneurship, but you're also ensuring that you have customers for the future. Because if I only focus on nurses and those who are already certified, they're going to travel. I'm going to be out of business. So I'm always online looking for the younger generation, connecting with those nonprofit organizations to bring younger people in. Because I know if I get them for at least a CNA class or a CPR class, chances are I'm going to have them for multiple renewals. So any questions on the partnership aspect? So sometimes the partner means that you do a 1 hour freebie so that you can get those paid clients. So what makes my business unique? You could have chose any person for your business development course, Tara. Why did you choose me?
Because you're a nurse and you are running your business successfully, and I don't have experience in business, but your unique trait is you are a nurse also.
I love that. Yes, very faithful. Half of my audience is from a different country.
Yeah, I have a lot of Haitian students.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Yeah. So I need for you to, we talked about what makes your business unique. And so in actuality, you being a nurse, that does make it unique to nurses. But you being a nurse who can speak 2 different languages, who can teach CPR in one language in one video, and then in the next video, teach it in another language. I haven't seen that online. So that's going to set you apart.
I have actually done that in the class. I've had a daycare owner say that he brought in multiple employees because they spoke Haitian Creole.
Now
And
I
I,
want you to all those job sites, the work sites, the warehouses. So I need for you to go online and you really need to be pushing what your unique trait is. It's not just that you're a nurse. Most of the time when I'm dealing with corporations, even though it may say it's a nurse-owned business, but if I'm dealing with the government, they don't care that I'm a nurse. I'm the owner of a safety and medical training company. I provide on-site CPR classes morning, evenings, and weekends to make sure that your staff remains safe and to decrease your liabilities. They don't care that I'm a nurse. So I want you to be thinking about how you're going to be disruptive because you're bilingual. And those classes that you taught that you didn't record, even if it's just you and the camera, I now want you to recreate that. And then if you need any help, of course, I'm here for you. I want you to recreate it with just you and your husband. You're in there, he can be the student, or you can do like I did on one of my CPR videos. I was just talking to the camera. Okay, and I think that video has like 400,000 views because people, they're looking for something different. They're looking for something unique. And there it was. I saw opportunity. I just pressed record and I was able to get viewers that way. So, how are you going to distinguish yourself with your cleaning company?
Well, now I know not to say that I'm a nurse. I don't think
You
I'm
can,
kidding.
you can. Because if I was older and there was a nurse-owned cleaning company who used all natural products that don't leave a harsh scent, I might consider that.
I mean, I'm yet to come across a nurse-owned cleaning business. Um, so I guess that would be my unicorn. A big part of my unicorn too is doing things that make sense for me and other people. And so what works for one person doesn't work for another, and that's what I always take into consideration. So I guess
So like customized cleaning
Customized.
services.
yeah,
Okay.
customized. People have pets, people don't, and a lot of people don't know that there's a lot of natural ways to, take care of those messes that our little furry loved ones leave behind.
So when are your
Or-
videos going to be posted? Because now I'm interested. I'm like, there's a natural way to clean up. Yeah, so it's always based on what your customer needs, because you mentioned it's what you like, but your customer is going to lead you into an entirely different direction. And so you all, this is the first half of our business development course. Now we get down to the nitty gritty. And so I'm going to stop this screen share. And so for our next hour, we're going to develop our plans, but we're going to develop our plans offline. That way, no one is, your information won't be compromised. I want to help you both grow your businesses. I'm going to help you increase your cash flow because your goals are doable. Your goal is within 60 days or 30 days, Tara? When did you want to achieve your
60 days.
60 days and your goals within 45 days?
Yeah.
So let's take a quick break and let's get it done. I'll see you all shortly.